Welcome to Yuno and Kenzo Koga, where ancient wisdom meets modern life.
Subscribe now and join us on this journey of awakening. If this resonates, tap like and share it with someone who would appreciate a moment of peace today. And feel free to share any thoughts or reflections in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise, get straight to the insights that really count.
That's the goal.
So today we're diving into a concept that, well, it might feel a bit counterintuitive at first, especially now with everything being so information heavy. We're talking about the wisdom of an empty mind.
Right.
I mean, I think about it. Most of us walk around with our brains just buzzing, don't we?
Absolute nonstop.
To-do lists, stick that happened yesterday, worries about tomorrow, and, the notifications.
Don't forget the notifications.
It's
Constantly.
like carrying this heavy mental backpack all the time.
Yeah.
And it kind of stops us from really seeing what's right there, truly experiencing things.
And, this isn't exactly new. It's not just a smartphone thing. No, this idea of mental clutter.
Yeah.
People have been thinking about it for centuries. Think about Bruce Lee.
Ah, okay. Be like water.
Exactly. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. People think martial arts, but it's deeper. It's really Zen. It points to a state of being that's incredibly powerful and, honestly, pretty freeing.
Okay, so let's really unpack this then.
Let's do it.
Our mission for this deep dive: explore why an empty mind is actually so potent. We want to look at how it creates space, real space, for wisdom, for insights you might be missing right now.
And crucially, how you can start doing it.
Exactly. The practical side.
Yeah.
How do you actually achieve it day to day? Finding some clarity in all this noise.
Yeah, and we'll be drawing on some ancient Zen wisdom here, but it's surprisingly relevant for today, maybe even revolutionary for modern life.
So by the end of this, you should have a good handle on what?
Well, you'll understand that classic Zen story, the overflowing teacup.
Okay.
You'll get why letting go of all that mental clutter actually creates room for wisdom.
Makes sense.
How emptying your mind is really the key to genuine mindfulness. And like you said, those practical steps.
Steps to release the noise.
To release the noise and get back to being present. It's not just about hearing stuff. It's about actually letting it sink in.
Right. Okay, well, to really get this, we probably need to start with that story you mentioned, the teacup one.
Absolutely. It's a cornerstone, a classic Zen parable. Comes in a few versions, but the message is always the same. Profoundly simple.
So set it up for us, the version with a professor.
Okay. So imagine this really brilliant professor, very learned, very eager. He wants to understand Zen, like really understand it.
So he seeks out an expert.
Exactly. He travels to meet a renowned Zen master. He gets there, and he starts talking.
Yeah.
Explaining his background, his studies, all his theories, how much he already knows.
Okay, laying out his credentials.
Right. And while the professor is talking, the master just quietly starts pouring tea into a little cup. He pours, the cup fills up to the brim, but then he just keeps pouring.
Keeps pouring, so it overflows.
Keeps pouring. Tea spills out over the edge, onto the saucer, onto the table, making a mess.
And the professor.
Well, at first, he's maybe polite, patient, but he gets more and more, agitated, fidgety.
I can imagine. It's wasteful, it's illogical.
Exactly. And finally, he just bursts out. Can't take it anymore. He says something like, "Master, stop. Why do you keep pouring? The cup is full. Nothing more can go in."
That outburst, that moment of frustration, that's key, isn't it?
That's the pivot point. Because then the master stops, looks at him calmly, and delivers the punchline, so to speak.
What does he say?
He simply says, "Like this cup, you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" Or in another telling, "You are similarly attempting to understand Zen while your mind is full. First, empty your mind of preconceptions."
Wow. Simple, but yeah, hits hard.
It's utterly profound, isn't it?
Yeah.
So direct.
Because it's not just about tea, is it? Or even just Zen. It's about how we approach, well, everything.
Precisely.
If our mental cup is already jammed full of our opinions, what we think we know, our biases, how can anything new actually get in? How can we learn? How can we even see clearly?
That is exactly the point. The core insight is that an empty mind. It's ready for anything. It's open to everything.
Like the beginner's mind. I've heard that term.
Exactly. Shoshin in Zen. The beginner's mind sees many possibilities. But the expert's mind, it thinks it knows, so it sees few.
And we fill our cups with What, preconceptions?
Preconceptions, judgments, constantly trying to relate everything back to what we already know. Comparing this to that, judging actions, worrying about outcomes.
We all do that, though. It's natural, isn't it? Trying to make sense of things based on past experience.
It's efficient for the brain, sure, pattern recognition, but it becomes a barrier.
A barrier to what? To new learning.
To new learning, yes, but also to just experiencing things as they actually are right now, in this moment.
Like our mind is a clogged filter.
That's a great analogy. It's too clogged with old stuff to let the clear new information through, even if it's right there.
So we walk into situations with this overflowing cup.
Yeah.
Full of yesterday's stuff, tomorrow's worries.
A lifetime of knowledge that dictates how we see the present. We miss the subtleties, the nuances, the unexpected connections.
Why? Because our internal commentary is just too loud.
It drowns everything else out.
Okay, so this gets really interesting then. It's not just about, say, learning Zen or a new skill.
No, it's much broader.
That overflowing cup, that mental clutter,
Yeah.
it actually stops life itself from properly flowing through us. Is that fair to say?
I think that's a very fair way to put it. We're so caught up in our own internal narratives, our judgments, our frameworks.
That we miss the direct experience. Like looking at a sunset but thinking about dinner instead of just seeing the colors.
Exactly that. We miss the unadulterated experience of just being alive.
So let's talk about emptying the mind then, because it sounds, I don't know, passive. Or maybe impossible.
That's a really important clarification to make. It's not about becoming blank or ignorant or, mentally vacant.
Okay, good. Because that does sound impossible.
Now, quite the opposite, actually. It's about actively letting go.
Letting go of what specifically?
Specifically, yesterday's clutter, tomorrow's worry, the ego's constant noise, all that stuff we carry.
And that letting go, that's what creates the space.
That's precisely where the space comes from. It's a conscious choice to stop clinging to the mental chatter. And in that space, that's where new insight can finally land, be received.
I like that framing letting go rather than stopping thought. It feels more achievable, like that analogy you mentioned.
Yeah.
Holding too tightly.
Yeah, if you're clenching your fists really tight, you can't pick anything else up, can you?
No, your hand's closed.
Same with the mind. If we're mentally clenching around old ideas, anxieties, judgments, there's just no room. No room for new possibilities, for fresh understanding, for seeing things clearly.
So it's a proactive choice. Loosen the mental grip.
Exactly. And what happens when you loosen that grip? When you let go of the past and the future, just for a moment?
You're just here. Now.
You're in the present moment. And only then can the present moment truly reveal itself. That's the gateway.
The gateway to mindfulness.
Absolutely. This is the core of mindfulness. Releasing the grip of past regrets and future anxieties, shedding the weight of preconceptions. What's left is immediate reality. Right now.
That state. It's powerful.
Profoundly powerful. For clarity, for wisdom, for actually engaging with life instead of just thinking about it. Think about problem solving.
Yeah, okay.
If your mind is rigid, stuck on the first idea, you'll miss other options, maybe better ones. An empty, open mind can see all the angles.
Yeah, I get that. I've definitely had times where I've been stuck on something, convinced there's only one way. Then I step away, clear my head.
And suddenly,
A totally different solution just appears, often simpler.
exactly, because you let go of the initial fixation, you emptied your cup just a little.
Okay. So we accept our minds are cluttered, and it limits us. This sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? In our real, busy, often chaotic lives, where's the starting point?
The good news is it's accessible. It's not about some huge dramatic change necessarily. It's about small, practical, everyday steps, consistent shifts.
Okay, practical steps. I like the sound of that. Step 1.
Step 1 is incredibly simple, almost deceptively so. Just pause and breathe,
Breathe.
mindfully. Just one conscious breath, in and out. Even that single mindful breath creates space. It's an instant interrupt.
An interrupt for the mental noise.
Exactly. It breaks a cycle, even for a second, anchors you right here, right now.
Sorry.
A tiny moment of intentional presence.
A mental reset button?
Yeah.
I can see that. Okay, so pause and breathe. What's next? Step 2.
Step 2 is notice the noise. Just become aware of it.
Aware of the thoughts.
Yeah. Look, thoughts are going to happen. The mind thinks that's its job, a constant stream. The goal isn't to magically stop them.
Right, that feels impossible.
But you don't have to chase every single thought. You don't have to grab onto it, analyze it, judge it, get swept away by it.
So observe them. like clouds.
That's a perfect image. Observe them like clouds floating by. Acknowledge they're there, but you don't have to climb onto them. Don't let them dictate your whole inner weather pattern.
Okay, observe without attachment. Got it.
Great.
Which leads to
Step 3, return to presence.
how?
By simply letting go of those thoughts you just noticed. You see the cloud, you acknowledge it, you let it drift away. You don't follow it over the horizon.
But when you let go.
What remains? Clarity. It's not that there are no thoughts, but you're not enslaved by them anymore.
Ah, okay. So it's the relationship to the thoughts that changes.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And this repeated returning, noticing the noise, letting it go, coming back to the breath, back to the present moment. That is the practice.
It's ongoing, a muscle to build.
Exactly. It's a continuous process. And that's how emptying your mind becomes the actual key to real mindfulness, to finding some peace amidst the chaos. You're not trying to dam the river of thought, just letting it flow past without getting swept away.
Okay, so we've gone from recognizing the clutter
The full cup,
through that powerful teacup parable.
the need to empty it.
And now we see that clarity comes not from forcing stillness, but from this gentle, consistent practice of letting go.
It's a journey from that feeling of mental overload to something much calmer, more open, a state of presence.
And connecting this back to, say, Bruce Lee's idea.
The bigger picture, yeah. The aspiration is to become more like water.
Calm, flowing, adaptable.
Exactly. Adaptability comes from a mind that isn't rigid, stuck in its ways. Water flows around obstacles. It doesn't just crash into them. Our minds can learn that flexibility.
And the payoff, the ultimate benefit of cultivating this, emptiness.
Well, paradoxically, in that very emptiness, you discover a different kind of fullness, a richer kind.
Not the fullness of being crammed with anxieties or data.
No, the fullness of pure experience, unfiltered perception, genuine insight, the richness of a life actually lived in the present moment.
There's that quote, isn't there?
There is. In emptiness, you will discover fullness. In silence, you will discover truth. This is the power of an empty mind.
It's a real shift in perspective then, moving from trying to accumulate more and more.
To simply accepting and being present with what is, from constantly striving to just being.
So, a final thought for everyone listening as they go about their day. Maybe consider this. What preconception, what idea you're clinging to right now?
Maybe without even realizing it.
What might that be preventing you from seeing? A new possibility, a fresh perspective, maybe just a simple truth about your situation.
And maybe ask yourself this too. If you really did empty your mind, just for a moment, let go of the usual chatter, what unforeseen truth might actually reveal itself?
About your life, about yourself.
What wisdom is just waiting there under the noise for the mental clutter to finally settle down?
Thank you for being here with us at Yuno and Kenzo Koga, where ancient wisdom meets modern life.
Subscribe now and join us on this journey of awakening. If this resonates, tap like and share it with someone who would appreciate a moment of peace today. And feel free to share any thoughts or reflections in the comments. We'd love to hear from you